Hello Blizzard fans, this is FalconPaladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between Mayhem and Walnut on Lerilak Crest. This is a Legacy of the Void replay. I've never actually seen this map. And bringing up the names and speeding up a little bit, and we're going to introduce the players. In the top left, we have the enemy, the Red Zerg player, Mayhem. And in the top right of Lerilak Crest, we have the blue, stylish, gentlemanly player, Walnut, representing the Protoss race. Now, oh, this is an early pool. Oh yeah, this is right. Starting out with a bunch of workers, 14 pool, very, very normal, and ZVP. And there goes the 15 or 14 hatch. Now, Walnut likes to open up with a double gateway adept opening, which I think, yep, 2 in each geyser, each assimilator. Okay, actually, there's a forge before the cybernetics core. Is he afraid of Ling harass? I don't feel like he should be afraid of that because adepts do so well against Lings. Basically, 2 shots them, they come out with 1 armor, and just really makes it hard for Lings to make a difference in the early game against Protoss if they choose to go adepts first. Yeah, and there we go. There's the first adept. Here come some Lings running around. They're not quite sure where their opponent is, and so they are not going to find... Nope, they're not going to find Walnut for a little bit here, which is probably okay in the long run just because it is Legacy of the Void. There's no actual ladder, so not finding out exactly where your opponent is immediately is not life-ending. But either way, here comes the adept heading out across the screen. Going to do some harassment here. The Lings are coming as well, and the Mothership Core might have to pick up the defense here. Here come the Lings running right on in. Let's slow things down there. The Lings get right on in. The probes get pulled off, get a good surround on the Lings. Actually kill one of them, but being forced to pull everybody off is a bad thing because you don't have any mining time there at all. Mothership Core, get in there. Didn't need them. Didn't need them. How many probes actually died there? 2 probes, 4 Lings. Probably a fair trade, I have to assume. But either way, that is that. Let's go back to the everyone cam here. The adept actually ran back home to deal with those guys. Where did he go? Is he dead? Did I miss the adept dying somehow? Let's take a look here. Units lost. No, we did not. Where is that guy? Units. Adept. Okay, he's heading on up here now to do some damage. And he's getting chased by a queen, but he can actually probably take out this... Nope, the drone gets changed into a spine crawler instead. Just kind of doing some scouting around and gonna try to take down this egg, which is an interesting choice. Okay, adept versus queen. Who wins? Queens are armored, so I don't think the adept's gonna win that particular battle. It only does 10, 11 damage. 10 damage with the +1 attack, making it 11 against armored units. And so he is forced to retreat. The adept not doing as much damage as he thought. Those early 4 Lings really paying off for the Zerg player here. Mayhem playing extremely well. Actually getting a Roach Warren as well. And upgrading the shield upgrade. Yep, for the adepts, giving them 50 additional shield, which is really nice for that particular unit. Overlord floating on up here, and just positioning spine crawlers and a spore crawler for defense in his 3rd base. A lot of static defense actually for Mayhem. He's kind of worried about what could come his way, whether it's oracles or whatnot, void rays perhaps. Yeah, there's another spore crawler here in the main. Inject. There you go. Right on command. Thank you so much, Queen, for accommodating my request there. And what's going on up here at the natural? Just kind of getting saturated. It is 50 to 30 harvesters. Wow. This Mayhem player is really good. He is droning up like crazy. He's only lost like a few Zerglings, which is massive. Here come 100 Lings, though. He basically made 30 Lings all at once. He's going to use those to some extent. I don't know what the intent is here. Probably could handle this force fairly well, depending on how good the force fields are. But the Lings are popping out. Do they have speed is the question. They do have speed. Here comes the push. However, marching right onto the creep, feeling very, very safe, the Queen. But here come the Lings getting a full surround on all of these guys. Might actually force a recall. Good force fields, though, keeping a lot of the Lings out. The adept dies, and there's the recall. One of the sentries does get left at home and gets sniped down, unfortunately. Very, very sad for him. And here come the Lings popping on up. The adepts are trying to kill them. The force fields are here a little bit late. A few get on the inside. Both the sentries die, but the adepts in the cannon are enough to clean up the rest of the Lings, forcing the other ones back away from the ramps. They get the heck out of here. We don't want you around. Good creep spread. Could probably push this one out a little bit more. Okay, it's still in the cooldown. I forgive you, Mayhem. You can't actually use that one yet. I apologize. Now taking a 3rd base. is Mayhem. What's he doing with his gas, though? I mean, he made Lings, he's made Queens, he's made Static Defense. Not much gas. However, what is the choice going to be on that tech path? And he does have a Roach form, but I don't think he actually has any Roaches whatsoever. Good macro hatch right here, too. Man, he is killing it. Up to 55 Harvesters to 40 for the Protoss player. 2 bases to... okay, 3 bases are actually fully saturated. This is his 4th base. I think I might have missed that earlier on, so forgive me for doing so. But either way, both players just kind of sitting back right now, getting more assimilators, getting more gas, getting the upgrade for pneumatized. Is it pneumatized? Where is it? Pneumatized. Yeah, pneumatized carapace. And an infestation pit coming on down, so we might see some vipers. That would be pretty fun as well. There's the infestation pit for sure. And are we pushing? Nope, just pushing with creep tumors and overlords. Nothing too crazy. Some Lings checking to make sure a third doesn't come down without Mayhem knowing about it. Making more adepts, warping in these guys like crazy. They do have 140 shields, 90 health, up to +2 glaive cannon weapons damage, 27 damage to light. Is that enough to one-shot a Ling? How much? 35. No. Still have to 2-shot Lings, which is alright. But either way, Overlord coming on in, getting those Overlords, spreading creep everywhere, doing a great job with that speed upgrade on those Overlords. I like to see it, making sure no hidden bases come in. That's really easy to do with those Overlords as well. And are we upgrading to a hive? We're getting a hive already. We are! There is a hive. Another macro hatch coming down. Just so much income right now for Mayhem. He's up to 2,400 minerals and 137 gas, but no workers in these gas at all. What is he doing? Ah, he's going Swarm Host. What on earth? I have not seen Swarm Host in Legacy of the Void at all. We'll have to see what's going on. They're a little bit different than in Heart of the Swarm. The Locusts, I believe, can actually fly. Let's take a look. See if we can find one of these Swarm Hosts as they pop out and see what they can do. There is the Spawn Locust. Spawn Locusts have 18-second time life, can attack ground units, but here we come, rallying up to the middle, taking down that forward pylon. A nice job, Lings, doing your job. Could probably get a good surround on this and possibly kill it just with the Lings that are out, though. But here are the Swarm Hosts, and whoa, there we go. The Flying Locusts pop on out. They take out a free Stalker. Don't do much else. Do some damage to the Zealots. But here we come. Big Ling run by. Oh, getting right on into the natural. Going to take down this cannon. We're warping in adepts to hopefully deal with this. Walnut says, charge forward ahead. Damn the torpedoes. He's going to try to kill the Zerg player despite the fact that there are 100 Lings inside his base. Here come the Queens on defense. Where did those Swarm Hosts actually go is the question. Swarm Hosts, or did you die? I don't know, but whoa, that's a lot of Queens. And yep, did we get the recall back home? We did. We recalled back home to deal with those Lings. The Lings doing a lot of damage as well. How many total units lost? 4 workers lost, 59 Zerglings. That died, though. That is a lot of Zerglings. Still 2 bases, though. Hasn't been able to take a third. I feel like Walnut is on the back foot here. Not very happy at all at this point at how many times he's been forced to recall. Where on earth did those Swarm Hosts go? They didn't die. I know that. Up units, Swarm Hosts. Okay, here they are. I just keep missing them. There are 6 of them. They're in a whole lot. So kind of hard to find, but Swarm Hosts are pushing out to the center of the Zelnaga Watchtower. They're going to make sure nothing can sneak up on them with that additional range. Good job again with the Overlords, providing creep spread everywhere that is possible for Walnut to expand, although Walnut is now taking his 3rd base, which is good. Might be a little bit late, 64 to 65 or 45 Harvesters in favor. Here come the Swarm Hosts. Now, interestingly enough, what they can do is they can drop those eggs and then run away. They don't have to burrow. They're actually pretty quick with it, a little bit faster than in Heart of the Swarm. Oracle here, checking out all these Lings. Not worth it to use the Pulsar Beam on these guys. Excuse me. Should have a glass of water here nearby, but I don't. And there we go. The Locusts pop on in, burn down this cannon very quickly, turn their attentions to this Nexus. Can they kill it before they expire? They might have been able to, except they turn their attention to the cannon here. Major battle coming in here. A lot of Swarm Hosts jumping the force fields, getting on in there to actually attack the Protoss units directly. The Swarm Hosts are retreating, but the Blink Stalkers coming in to try to kill them in advance. Lings catching these rallying Stalkers. Not much attention being paid to them. A lot of Adepts coming in, Immortals coming in. Immortals do super well against Swarm Hosts if they can actually see them. And here we go, Swarm Hosts dropping down a bunch more Locusts, specifically targeting what, though, is the question. Targeting a Stalker. Man, they just don't do very much damage at all compared to what they used to do. at least. I think they're a little bit less tanky as well. The Spire is about to finish. 7 Ultras are going to pop out. That might help this battle, just kind of delaying as Mayhem until those Ultras can pop. Dropping Locust as best they can, but yeah, look at how much less tanky they are. They die almost immediately to those Zealots. Splitting up the Zealots here with a charge, killing a whole ton of workers. Going after the Swarm Hosts specifically, and where are the Ultras? They're not quite here yet. Queen's doing a good job chasing away Warp Prisms. All of these, excuse me, all of the Swarm Hosts are going to die, unfortunately, but here are the mighty Ultralisks. Is this enough to actually take out this composition is the question. Queens are here for Transfuse, which is nice, but again, there's an Immortal in the army, which is a problem. Can we actually use the rocks to cause damage to the Ultras? Separating 2 of them from their friends up here doing damage, but the rest of them are not able to do so. Inadvertently kind of protecting the Zerg player as well, but he has a lot. Okay, he's actually used a lot of his money making more and more Ultras, more and more Lings. Ultraling is probably a pretty good composition here. The Adepts don't do much damage to them, but the Immortals certainly do, as well as the Dark Templar. That Immortal has 10 kills. This one has 16. Mayhem is defeated. Walnut is victorious. And okay, so we learned here that Swarm Hosts aren't that great, and Legacy of the Void and Ultralisks still melt to Immortals. So well played there by Walnut. Thank you so much again for sending in the replay. This has been FalconPaladin with yet another Daily Blizzard upload. Thank you for watching. If you liked what you heard today, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. You can also find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.